Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to the Nerd Coffee Podcast. Your beautiful cup of coffee is served up by the elegant Jordan. Hey,
Hi.
What's up, Bob?
Hi.
We've got the Fodai, also known as Josh.
Hi.
Nobody cares about him.
Yeah, no one cares. And finally, I'm your host, Sketch, John Meller, whatever you want to call me. And welcome to this week's podcast, this month's podcast. I'm really sorry I've been gone for so long, but however, having guests in here has been really tough lately, so...
Should have had coffee with this.
Yeah, that was kind of what my first concept was every episode I had coffee, but...
I brought coffee.
Yeah, he brought coffee and the dumb shit didn't think to cook it.
Yeah.
To cook it? You cook coffee?
Yeah, you put it in a pot.
Fair enough. So, obviously, we're going to start off with how we've been. Let's go to Jordan.
Skip me.
Skip you. Just...
That should tell you how I feel.
Yeah,
right now.
that's pretty obvious. But, how have you been?
On black days. Soundgarden.
Soundgarden,
Yeah,
for sure.
that song. That's
Yeah.
you right now.
Yeah, alright, Josh.
Oh, man.
How are you, Josh?
I'm thinking how I've been.
Why do you have to think about it?
To be honest,
It's been complicated or something? Good Lord.
What did it... What? It has... Doing nothing really have gotten to the point where it's just like...
Do you have to think about nothing before you do something?
I mean, it's been weird. I got myself tangled in some online drama. My girlfriend's like this close to slapping me. And there was the pregnancy scare with that one chick from San Antonio. So... yeah.
Wait, your girlfriend's this close to slapping you?
Yeah.
I thought she already slapped you.
Is that an
No.
actual note? Or is that like a thing that didn't happen? You're just...
Because I think she's probably slapped you like twice, at least at this point.
No. Why? Because of the online drama and the pregnancy scare? From...
No, I know how you guys sexed. So tell him you're sexting, Josh.
Hey babe, want some dick? Sure.
He says like that's the only reason why it sucks that bad is because they've been together for 2 years. That's all he's got at this point.
That's all I got left. No, but like if I'm
Hey baby, would you like to see my dick?
but like if I'm being 100% completely honest, I'm a very uneventful guy. You know that.
I mean, we all know that.
Yeah, I'm a very uneventful guy. So to be honest, I'm
Yeah.
currently in a state that's really no different than the last time we did this podcast. So my life's been fine.
I mean, at least you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, that's a better place to be than I am. I mean, I do have some good news
There
regarding
was
how I've been.
The pregnancy scare with the chick from San Antonio is real.
Well, we're just learning all about you, Josh.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
I never knew about that.
Oh my god, funny.
Why San Antonio?
Why San Antonio is
I didn't tell you about my trip there.
When did you go to San Antonio? How did you go to San Antonio?
Did you eat gelato there?
Well, what? Did you have the budget of $0 and you found a plane that'll take you for -5 cents?
Actually, yeah.
Like they pay you to go on their to the plane?
Yeah, like they were going under.
Wait, that would make them go under more because they're paying you 5 cents, though. I'm not going to poke more holes in your logic. That it already has a freaking Titanic
All right.
hole.
Look. All I'm saying is there was a slightly Hispanic chick from San Antonio with a firm buttocks.
Box.
Buttocks? She was a robot now?
Buttocks is what I meant to say. A firm buttocks and perky tits.
Okay, you had me at perky.
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 All right, you're already there.
Like
so
perky.
so you're just now coming along on this story then. And like, let's just say 6 of the 5 condoms broke.
Yeah, but for one, still 6 of the 5. What did like the invisible condom break as well?
Okay.
The ghost condom? Yeah. That Ghost loads.
No, it was like what it is there was 5 condoms, and the 6th one was me praying to God she was on the pill.
like that's the Lord's condom.
That's the Lord's condom. But no,
For the Lord's divine light, He will make sure that semen does not make its plight.
Oh my gosh, that is great. That is righteous, man.
But
Righteous, you say?
Righteous.
That's rad.
That's rad, Ricer. Okay.
Yeah.
But really, I've just been fine. No.
Okay.
You know of.
Okay, so first of all, at least you're uneventful. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but I do have one good piece of news before we get into the rest of this. Is that soon, and I have not told Josh this yet, there's going to be a schedule change. My friends, my job is going to 410 soon. Meaning that Friday, we'll be free for recording, hanging out, and hopefully...
And then Saturday, you can bring your girlfriend over and you can get laid. It's a win-win.
Yep.
But seriously, all joking aside, I'm going to have a lot more adventures with these two
Friday
nerds.
pals, Saturday plows.
That's actually not bad. But that's how we've been. But I have got something to tell Josh right now.
Josh?
About Pokemon.
Pokemon, you say?
And Cerebi. So, if you have not been keeping up with Cerebi lately, and for all of you at home as well, there is a new copyright going around in Japan.
Apparently they trademarked Ultra Shiny.
So apparently, we don't know what the context is, whether it's TV show, whether it's
I mean, we can
whether
still
it's
say
that.
Ultra Super Shiny, but we can't use them Ultra and Shiny.
You have to put words in between.
But Ultra Shiny,
Mega Shiny.
Ultra Shiny has been taken by the Pokemon Company and Nintendo. So we do not know what the context is, so no one get excited yet.
I think I've already developed the theory. Ultra Shiny. Even shinier Pokemon. Like they're all neon collars.
They have the Lord's divine will.
The Lord's divine will.
Oh, man.
They always have that 6th condom.
I always wondered, like, has anybody ever experimented on giving condoms to animals? I feel like somebody had to have.
I feel like that could be a thing, but I feel like none of them would like
hell,
that.
and dairy farms
Horse
are...
condom.
Well, for
Oh
one
my
thing, that's just a
gosh.
lot of rubber.
Yeah.
Good night. There's a new set coming out in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Flames of Destruction.
Yes, Flames of the
Really, there's only literally one card to give a shit about, and it's Infinite Transience. I think it's called Infinite Prohibitance in the TCG.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's basically like, it's a literal hand trap. It's a trap card that can also act as a hand trap. And because, like, what it is, it's a godsend for second turn players. Basically, what it is like, say a first turn player summons a monster, they're about ready to activate that monster effect. You can bam, send the Infinite Transience to the graveyard, and then negate that monster's effect to the end of the turn. So it's a godsend for first turn players.
That card's gonna
perfect.
get like expensive, and you know it.
Dude, it's either going to get expensive or banned or both at one
But
point.
I love it because like hand traps pretty much replace traps in this game.
So they're literally making all traps hand traps.
Yeah, that's the only way to keep traps relevant is to make them literal hand traps.
Yeah.
There's like 1 or 2 traps I will ever use in like... I think you just now looked at my Rituals deck.
Yeah.
There is almost no traps in there
I have
except
a Blue
for like
Eyes deck,
1
and
or
it
2.
only runs 3 traps.
Yeah, so trap cards unfortunately have been kind of... So I'm glad that they're...
They're getting better. Like with Link summoning has made traps a little bit more functional.
Yeah, but like that's the only really card I give 2 craps about is Infinite Transience. Because I play YGO Pro Percy online, and I've basically rebuilt my Cyber Dragon deck. Because they have new Cyber Dragon support, and I've been testing out this new support. The new support's amazing, by the way. And I put 3 Infinite Transients in there because it's just a godsend for second turn players, and Cyber Dragons want to go second.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely have to say something about traps, though, is that it's kind of weird that they're the things
Josh
that
is a
are
trap.
petering out a lot quicker. I feel like the whole entire meta has been shifted, not only left and right, but look at over the last, like, we'll say 15 years even.
John, you care if I go off script for a second?
What?
What deck did you say that you ran on YGO Pro?
Cyber Dragon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
John, remember Red Eyes versus Blue Eyes? Remember that card we found at the end of the stream? A Cyber Dragon? I'm thinking math is starting to go off in my head.
I didn't even know you knew math, Josh.
Wait a second.
Your face is pretty smug, my friend.
Excuse me? Is there something being implied here?
I think there is.
The future is now, boys. Technology has advanced the dragons beyond anything. It is now the mechanical dragon that is superior to the flesh and bone dragon.
Bull.
Shit.
I have not heard such bull
Shit.
in my entire life. Like, do you not know the powerhouse that is? The
Red
Blue
Eyes. Are we gonna start this?
You, like,
Okay, I thought you were with me. I thought you were with me for a second here. Okay, no.
We need to focus on him.
Okay, yeah, really. Who's the real evil here? You, because Blue Eye sucks. Anyways,
hey, no one gave a crap about what the whites think. It's not my fault that the whites are suppressing the white dragons are suppressing the black dragons now.
And the
I'm not really making a case for why.
Basically, if Steve Jobs had an archetype for dragons, it'd be the Cyber Dragons.
And Steve Jobs is dead.
So Cyber Dragons are dead.
Or are they? You clearly have not seen the new support.
Yes, the new support.
All right then. I think it's about time we call it then. So, Duelist Destiny?
No, something even bigger. I'm claiming this right now in front of everybody. I proclaim a dragon war.
Dragon War?
A war?
Of dragons?
Yes.
And not that shitty movie that was like about the giant cobras that wanted to become a Chinese dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
yes.
That's good clarification.
Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and Cyber Dragon will face off in an ultimate battle royale.
I like it.
Let's do it.
Where I will prove that
Three-way?
technology has surpassed everything.
Which
And I will prove that, much like Blue Eyes always proves, you two are just third-rate duelists with fourth-rate decks.
Mm-hmm.
And I will finally prove that it was cheaty flukes that got you through the last round. Boy.
Bitch, I made it through a frickin' five-headed dragon.
Twice.
I'll
give you
You've
that.
clearly
one.
not made Chimera Tech over Dragon.
Okay. All shots aside, though.
Real quick, though.
I'm actually real ready for Dragon Wars,
I'm
though.
totally ready for this. I would like to go back to hand traps, though. Because I think we have some stuff. All right,
I think it's about
since
time we
we've
dice
declared.
this.
Yeah, I think since we've cleared Dragon Wars, I want to get back on script now. Hand traps, though.
Well, I mean, the only thing is, like, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with hand traps. It's basically, I hate them because they pretty much replace trap cards. I love them because they work. The only thing is with hand traps is, like, a lot of them are expensive.
Well, yeah, because everyone uses them.
Everybody uses them.
I mean, they're so expensive.
Not only that, but, like, you have Ash Blossom and Joy Springs, which is probably the best hand trap.
Oh yeah, hands down.
And I honestly think they should limit that card because it's too good.
Yeah,
It's
at least Ghost
I've never
Ogre
heard
is still
of
a
it.
little bit fair. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Ash Blossom is.
Yeah, what does it
insane.
do, dude?
Basically, like, if a monster special summon or a effect or, like, a card is getting from the deck to the hand, stuff like that, it can basically negate. You could send it to the graveyard, negate it.
Doesn't target, does it?
And it doesn't target either, so.
So that's the thing. Blue Eyes Max.
Yeah, that
Oh.
doesn't help it either.
Yeah, like
Goodness.
as long as it doesn't target it, it's.
Basically, you could stop that stuff, and it's just so nuts because it's such a good card.
Man, that's.
And those are the cards I really don't like the most is when they're too good. Because, like, usually I like cards that are good but have, like, stipulations. Like, alright, like, for example, like, alright, Pot of Greed. It just gives you 2 cards.
Yeah.
But
Legalized pot.
no, like, there's a way they can do it. If they eroded it to be, you pay 1,000 life points, you draw 2 cards.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
That makes you
Or,
think
like,
harder.
or maybe 2,000 life points. Cause,
life points don't matter.
Because
You get
Upstart
anymore.
Upstart Goblin.
Yeah.
But so if they did that, but then everybody would run it, because why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like I like cards that are fair.
Here's the thing too. People would probably still run Pot of Greed if they eroded it to have that, because life points don't matter in Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, like they're like Monopoly money. Like you,
as long as you have like 100 left.
Yeah, like
it's pretty much still
like,
game. Yeah.
Like it's easy. Like you can get rid of them as much as you want, but but it's like I don't know. There was this great saying about Yu-Gi-Oh life points and Monopoly money. I forgot what it was.
Basically, it's like you get rid of too much, you're screwed.
But my biggest thing with hand traps is it really like the problem I have with Yu-Gi-Oh in general. How it's become like it really has just become like just lock your opponent out of doing anything, and then that's basically the game. And it's like, well, that's not fun. Like if your opponent doesn't fight back, how's that fun? Like you want to have an engaging duel, like not just I'm locking him out, and then he just scoops and leaves.
Yeah.
If anything, you're just like
that.
Real quick. I made this analogy with him. We were having the same discussion actually. If anything, what you're really just doing is you're just showing off to the other person how your deck works, and they're just sitting there watching it. There's no fun in that.
Exactly.
You're not, and plus you're not challenging yourself. You're not like letting your opponent have a chance to come back.
Yeah, so that's really my biggest problem.
There's no challenge.
With how Yu-Gi-Oh has become. It's basically just become that strategy. I'm like, well,
yeah.
Well, that's not what I remember, though. That's why...
Yeah.
Well, like, where's the fun, then?
Yeah.
Like, if your opponent doesn't fight back, don't you want at least an engaging duel?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you want to win, but don't you want your opponent to at least try?
It's almost like sports, too. And, it's fun to see your team do like sports or whatever. Like, you can even tie it to that. Yeah, it's fun to see your team do a, shutout. And you can be happy about that. It's like, yeah, my team did a shutout. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're like, well, that game is still that game is boring as hell.
What it is to me is like Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of become billiards. If you know what you're doing, you can pretty much stop your opponent from doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. That's why in all Duelist Destinies I've held, I don't really play by the current rules. I don't.
I will say this: the current
allow
rules,
links and above.
Well, the thing about links is like now that I've played with them a bit, what I do like about links is it's kind of made it like a more diverse format.
Yeah, to where pendulum, the pendulum era, like a pendulum format.
Yeah.
It made the extra decks more diverse, but everyone still ran about the same deck. Link has been able to let more cards, more types of decks break through into the meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I do like about the Link.
Cyverse, Spiral.
Yeah.
That new Dark is coming out, and that's kind of hitting the meta now. That new Dark structure deck.
Yeah. I just realized something.
What's that?
I said like if Steve Jobs had an archetype, it'd probably be Cyber Dragon. No, it'd probably be Cyverse. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Which by the way, like I'd like to talk about Cyverse real quick. If you look at every Cyverse card, it's a damn robot. Why couldn't they have just been machines?
I don't know. Well, because they live in a digital world. They're Digimons.
Oh my gosh. Digimon have finally come.
Wait, I got it now. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon are making a reappearance to bring down Pokemon! Because there have been not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 new Digimon games on PS4. And then PS4 has 4 at the end, so that means they're trying to take down Nintendo and Pokemon!
I also heard something else.
What?
I think it was Simply Unlucky who said something like this. This is something that I'd kind of like to just see with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, they've obviously jumped around in timelines and stuff.
What I would actually think that would be interesting is I would love for Konami to put like instead of a 40 card deck, they get rid of that and they say the absolute like minimum you could have is 50 cards.
Yeah.
Like that would at least make people get more creative.
Get like a higher deck value.
Check this out though. Here's one thing that I like. Sorry, I had like a inner burp there. Here's one thing that here's one thing that I think Simply Unlucky said that I kind of like and would like to see actually is he says every card, especially for the protagonist here, as the series goes, it just gets more futuristic and futuristic. Like we had the Performer Pals and the tangible holograms that you could ride, and now there's the digital world where like you like have these all Cyverse cards and stuff like that, and all that crap, and like link summoning and stuff. And to that, here's one thing I have to say. How could I put it? Wouldn't it be nice to see like an archetype or something of the protagonist, or kind of jump back, not be future robots, stuff like that, be something kind of like the Egyptian stuff that they did a long time ago, like kind of go back to its roots.
That's the base of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well,
That's what I
they've
would
been doing
like to see.
the futuristic stuff since GX, because Neos was basically like,
Yeah.
oh, here comes the new thing
Yeah,
from space.
exactly.
Yeah, maybe
though.
do something like
Then you had the Stardust stuff, and then
more
you
modern instead of futuristic.
And then you had
futuristic.
Utopia,
Well,
and then you had.
Here's the problem with modern, though, dude.
Yeah.
Modern, the image of modern is technology, though, homie.
True. Yeah.
I'd like to see them go back to medieval times, if anything.
Dude, like that'd be cool. Like a dude has a medieval themed deck.
You
I
see,
don't know if
that's
it's
what
right.
I'd like to see.
What I would like to see is like sort of biblical stuff.
Ooh.
Oh man, that's nice. But do you
Like-
think we'd get it here in America?
We actually might like.
I did see something. I actually watched I think the first few episodes of Reigns in Japanese, and I would like to say this. There was a scene where you see the main protagonist. He's looking at some screens, and I shit you not, there was these two people dueling on the screen, and there was this chick, and she had Zodiac Broad Bull out on the field. I'm like, Zodiacs are confirmed in the anime. Oh no.
Well, I mean, like the thing. Well, I guess for me, I've always wanted to see them tackle like the biblical stuff.
Yeah.
Like have like the field spell be like ladder to heaven or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
They
Yeah.
have had some presence
Like
of
there's
biblical,
arc thing.
but
like
it's
not
to the
directly
point.
biblical stuff, but
Yeah.
like parodies of the like biblical stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a big sucker for medieval stuff, so I'd actually like to see that.
I think they could tackle anything they want, really. But, however, here's a question for you. Is Song of the South really bad?
I've never seen it.
So,
It's really hard to find.
Yeah,
the
it's really hard to find
elaboration
full
of
songs.
this is as
Well, I
follows.
mean, the biggest argument was it was a different time, and they were portraying a different time too. Like it was during the slave era of America. I mean, like one interesting thing to note about Song of the South that's very important to note is the guy who played Uncle Remus. I think that was his name.
Something like that.
Mhm. Yeah, you
Uh,
got it.
The actor who played Uncle Remus was the first black actor to win Best Actor,
Oh, really?
the
Mm-hmm.
Oscar.
Was it for that movie, or?
Yeah, for Song of the South.
Which, by the way,
I have no idea how he has that.
It can't be real because they never released this movie.
so it's time for a little bit of a history lesson on the release of Song of the South. And
More like the
I actually, like,
non-release.
oh, you'd be surprised, it was released.
Oh.
Even if it was, it probably was a short print.
So, it was not released in America. But as I've...
It was released exclusively to Africa.
Remember this?
Good lord. Hey, guys. Okay, but
Oh,
really.
no, not
There is
again.
actually a part of Africa that's just nothing but white people.
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
But, since it wasn't released in America, there is one place it was released on VHS. The UK got a VHS release. So what you're seeing here is a very well done reproduction from Etsy. And it's got, like, nice, it's not like cheap feeling, it's not a sticker.
That's right. This had the Zippity Doodah song in it, right?
Yep.
Yep, and there's
Such a
Tar
famous
Baby.
song with Disney too, and yet they don't want to they don't you to remember it came from this movie.
I think that what the easy solution to do is, and this would be really easy to do, if they re-released it on Blu-ray, DVD, with that stuff.
And have the disclaimer saying this is different.
No, what it is, they could easily do this because they've done this before for movies like this. Just have like a black actor or actress. Most notably, she's done this. Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes.
Oh
Yes!
my god, please!
Yes. Oh god, I got a boner now.
But anyway, Whoopi Goldberg, what they would always do is like she would basically explain like, well, this was a different time when this was made, and stuff
Whoopee.
like that. And they've done that before with other like.
She's really big on that stuff. You want to know why? I learned on this documentary. I don't want to say this.
Just go for it.
Like I'm saying this within context of her. Well, actually, I mean, like here's the thing. This may sound insensitive, but this is her direct quote. Negrobilia, where she collects all this memorabilia from back in the day that depicts racial depictions of black people.
Yeah, so there's
She finds it hilarious. She's like, well, because she knows it's a different time, and she just kind of finds this stuff hilarious.
Exactly. Like if you just have somebody explain it was a different time, they're portraying a different time, you can easily re-release it.
Dude, that should have been done years ago. And I love the work. I really wish I could tell you guys where I got this, so that way you guys could go get it too, but I don't remember. It's been way too long for me. But if you go on Etsy.com and type in Song of the South, you will find this DVD.
I have seen I have seen reviews of it, and to be honest, like it does again depict a time, but you know it like, and it does have
It's
like
very
racial
smartly
stereotypes,
done,
but
though.
it doesn't really depict the black people as
Yeah. Well,
bad.
I mean, like, the thing of it was because again, Uncle Remus was a slave.
Yeah, he was a slave in the movie. That's
He was actually a very cheerful slave.
Well, you know, this was
It's Disney, first of all.
well, for one,
so
yeah,
of
for
course.
one, Disney's not gonna be like, they're not gonna have like a white guy walking over to him, whipping him, and saying, "Take care of our kids."
also, I think Brer Rabbit had a very exaggerated African style way of talking. Didn't he, or
Probably.
something
Like I
that?
said,
Yes.
I've never seen Song of the South.
I actually have a cup around
It's like
here. It's like a
Brer
mug,
Rabbit?
and it's got Brer Bear and Rabbit, and that's from
But,
Walt
this
Disney
was
World.
Disney's first live-action film.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's before Mary Poppins? I could have sworn Mary Poppins.
No,
was.
not this was because the first movie Walt Disney made was Mary Poppins. No, not Mary Poppins. Snow White. But this was the first live-action film he produced.
I could have sworn. Okay.
No, Mary Poppins came years later because they did like Davy Crockett.
Was
They
it
did,
also the first?
Treasure Island?
Was it also
they
the
did.
first live-action animation hybrid?
No, we've been doing that since the dawn of cartoons.
That's
We were
right,
trying
yeah.
to do
Yeah,
that.
that was like
Like you can look
Betty
at
Boop even did that, didn't
Yeah,
they?
Betty Boop did that.
yeah, Betty Boop. There's like an old Daffy Duck cartoon where he comes. We've been doing that for
Yeah,
ages.
what? I want. That's actually a really.
Actually,
that brings
there
up a
was
question.
a-
What was the first animation live-action hybrid? I know you would probably know.
I don't know. It's very niche. It'd have to be probably something Disney did.
Yeah.
There was, even though I know this wasn't it, there was actually a Daffy Duck cartoon that was like World War II era,
Yeah,
and he goes and he's like he slaps Hitler or something like that.
that was funny.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The most racist one was Bugs Bunny nips the nips.
Oh yeah.
But
well, then again, Popeye in the Japanese
again, like these things
thing.
can like you know, in a society where like you know everyone's so easily triggered, I think people tend to get triggered at like idle things sometimes, and I know I might be the minority in this. Like there are some people who think this, but I personally think sometimes people get a little too triggered over stuff. It's like you say the wrong thing, and or like you say you say the wrong thing or say it the wrong way or whatever. And you know, people just get triggered and they'll start bashing you. Like for me saying what Whoopi Goldberg's collection was, if there was someone who was easily triggered, you know, one of them types of people, they would be sitting there. It's like, you know, you can't say that word. It's like, it's not like I said the N word with a hard R. It's like, but you still can't say that.
My thing that I always say, like, we are never going to reach true equality until either A, we can all say the N word, or B, none of us say the N word, not even black people.
Yeah. Here's another thing. Like, I remember like this is another weird thing. I actually looked up how long it was until slavery. Like, cause there are those black people.
We're actually like, let's not go dive into that because that's sort of,
that's a deep dive.
Yeah,
we're here to talk about Song of the South.
But anyway, my final thoughts on Song of the South. Again, I haven't seen it, but like I do know the fact that
I have. It's actually a very pleasant movie, believe it or not. Too.
But the point is, it's depicting a different time. People don't get too triggered over it. Like Disney could probably, like you said, do that if for those people who are easily triggered.
Yeah.
Over stuff like this, it is a touchy subject.
But I think
because
time heals all wounds, though, is what I think.
Well, because like Warner Brothers, they have like a thing where like I think somebody was trying to get them to get rid of their because there's this thing called the Censored 11.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I haven't that somewhere
the 11 cartoons that they're not allowed to broadcast anymore. Like they're not allowed to show in syndication. But Warner Brothers' argument always says, well, I mean, if you take away that, like you're saying that those prejudices never existed, and we need to have those existed because we would have never progressed.
Yeah, like
without them.
If anything, like that is a very.
It's a reminder of the time, as you said.
That's a very good it's all part of learn from your mistakes. If we just ignore those prejudices never existed, how can we
move on
from them?
Speaking of moving on,
yeah.
I wish people would move on from the Nintendo 64 controller being so bad.
Well, it was bad.
It was bad.
Well,
and the problem was that there's versions out there that was just worse.
Yeah.
Yep, which is what we were talking today.
You had the original Nintendo 64 controller, which basically looked like a gay spaceship.
Gay spaceship?
Gay spaceship.
It's going to prong 3 buttholes at once.
But let's just be glad. Because that's not the worst Nintendo 64 controller out there. Not by far.
It's the triple dick.
It's time to give you guys another history lesson about the Boomerang 64. This is an incredibly rare controller, and mine is broken. This had rumble features, and
this was the dick spaceship. This was the dildo ship.
Yeah.
This pretty much has the worst grip ever. First of all.
Well, for one thing, like, where's the Z button on here? Would it be
Both
here?
of these are Zs.
Can you imagine trying to do the long jump with this thing? It'd be so awkward to do.
You see, you want to know where the
At least you could technically hold the controller.
Yeah, you want to know where the Nintendo 64 controller went wrong? Here's fine.
Yeah.
What it was is they overthought it.
Yeah. It's like, why do you need the third handle?
Yeah.
They completely overthought it.
And this one gets rid of that third handle, but it's just so big.
It's such a wide surface area.
What are these?
Actually, hold on. This is R and L. Like the triggers are R and L, and the little buttons are Z.
Oh, look at how uncomfortable this looks.
Yeah.
I can't play it.
It's too far away. It's too far away.
It's kind of funny. This is a turbo controller as well. So that's kind of a neat one. But, it's just such a bad idea.
Again, gay spaceship.
Gay spaceship, bad boomerangs. Let's move on.
This looks like the ship that'd be fighting this ship. And then be coming in at it like...
we're nerds, but there's a point where... never mind. Let's move on. Alright, so... Hopefully you guys are enjoying our new set, by the way.
My new set. It's just a table in your room.
You want me to move these out of the way?
Yes, I'm going to do that in a minute. But I do want to say, this is the first released podcast where we're actually at this set. So before we continue on to the worst PS2 game in my collection, courtesy of this man.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you have worse than this. I'll get into this game because I have played it.
I do want to thank you guys so much for just everything. I know I might have said this already, but again, I have got a lot of people listening to the audio version of movies, so
I'm breaking the backdrop.
But however, I'm here because I actually set this up to be the podcast area. It is such a nicer place.
The only problem is the way I'm sitting. It's very uncomfortable.
Oh, dude, trust me, that's self-inflicted. Sitting like this, or maybe we could have you.
No, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna.
Well, getting into this game, if you can't tell, I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah, but again, thank you. That's all I gotta say. You guys are rocking it on the audio versions of the podcast. So,
for this next topic, again, I'm a wrestling fan.
And I know nothing about wrestling, so I'm just going to let those two have fun.
So, if you guys remember a game called Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal Black, this is very close to that idea, but wait a second. Didn't he just say wrestling?
This, my friends, is WWE Crush Hour. How can I put this? It's literally wrestling with vehicles. Like the vehicles even come out to little entrances, like they do in WWE.
On this day, I see clearly.
I think Edge might actually be on this, and he may actually come out to that. I don't know.
Everything
it just
has
depends.
come to. That's the only thing of wrestling I know is Metalingus. Mainly
Let's
because
see.
I love
We
that
got
name.
here. I'll go over some of the people in it. We got Big Show, Billy. Oh, okay. Billy Gunn, Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley. Skipping that one.
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit. He's a
I'm not
touchy
scared.
subject.
I'm not scared.
All right, he's a touchy subject in WWE. Would you like to be informed a little bit, actually?
No.
Yeah, let's leave that one alone. Even I know that one. Good night.
You can tell me if you want, but I just won't care.
He killed.
Well, like trust me, when you hear the story, it's a lot more interesting.
All right, shoot.
He got roided out one night, killed his family and himself, his kid, his wife, and himself.
Oh.
Yeah. Chris Jericho.
Just that real quick.
Chris Jericho. You're also Edge is in it. I don't know if he's got the Metalingus, but it looks like it might be pre-rated R Superstar because that's when he got that theme song. Chuck, because Billy, Brock Lesnar, Jeff Hardy, Kane, Kurt Angle, Matt Hardy, the Woken one himself, Rikishi.
Rikishi's funny.
Rob Van Dam, The Rock, Stacy Keibler, the woman who wrestled in tiny miniskirts, basically.
God bless her.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm gonna look her up.
Test.
You're gonna
also
look up her
dead.
nudes, aren't you?
Dead.
No, I'm gonna look up. I'm just gonna look
she
her
did
up.
do Playboy. This is around the time WWE was doing Playboy. Trish Stratus too. Triple H with long hair. Undertaker and William Regal.
This game controls bad.
Yeah,
I've played it a few minutes.
It's weird. Again, you have these big areas, and they're just weird. It's so weird because you have WWE people in weaponized vehicles, and the commentators commentate while you're driving around, murdering each other. And it's a time set where
I don't know why I put an incognito tab up, but nobody's used this phone but me. Force of habit, I guess.
It's weird because it's like, how can I put this? You basically just blow up the other car, and whoever has the most blow-ups by the time the time is up, you win the game, and it's just weird. Also, there's in story mode, WWE has taken over TV. Every channel is ran by WWE now. And
oh God!
Basically.
That sounds awful.
That sounds like a bad idea. Could you imagine a talk show?
Yeah, I mean, Vince McMahon can barely run his wrestling show. I'd hate him to just take over all of television.
Oprah.
I have seen Stacy Keibler before.
Oh, yeah?
She starred in 2 sitcoms that I watched. She starred in the George Lopez show, and she was in How I Met Your Mother.
She was in George Lopez?
Yeah. Cool.
The frick?
I forgot I left my Pandora on Death Metal Radio.
It's a weird game. I played it. It's not like the worst game I've ever played.
She was in a 1998 movie called Pecker.
Yeah. you can kind of have fun with it, but it's...
Is it ironic fun?
Yeah, kind of ironic fun, and I was having some legitimate joy at some point when playing it, but the problem is it's just so damn stupid. Why are the WWE people running around in death cars?
You see, what
trying
kind
to
of
kill each other?
What kind of gets me is Rock's costume on the front. He's wearing plaid suspenders.
Yeah, I think that's a seatbelt to his...
It just looks like plaid suspenders.
And again,
it's so weird, though.
like Undertaker's got a motorcycle with 2 caskets on the front of it, and the caskets have cannons in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
because that's okay, I guess. Let's
can,
move on now.
It's just
this is making me uncomfortable.
Stupid game, but like I don't unrecommend it. I guess it's. Just,
I think if you're a wrestling fan, I think it's funny.
Yeah, you can ironically play it for some ironic fun.
Yes,
but if you're a hardcore gamer and you're looking for a good game,
okay, I do have some unfortunate news.
Yep.
She never did Playboy, but she did do Maxim.
Okay. Well, shit.
Dang.
So,
better than nothing?
Sad.
Better than nothing.
Sad day, but here's a pick for you, Josh.
Alright.
That butt. Okay, so, speaking of video games, it's time for Game of the Day. Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. I think we all can agree that this game is amazing.
I think it is.
I love the physics of this game. Driving is real tight and just everything.
Oh wow, you're right. She did wrestle in mini skirts.
Yeah.
They're showing the pictures.
Good lord, are you still on that?
Because that's because that's when women were women in WWE, believe it or not, were treated as like sex objects for a really long time.
Yeah.
You know, the good old days.
The good old days. Like you know, back in the bra and panty matches. Oh no, that went into the early 2000s too.
Early 90s, 2000s. Who cares?
Which really does sadden me because it's just like my argument is like, dude, if you're hot, show it.
Yeah. Now the women, they still wear these like you know, the revealing outfits.
Anyway, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace. I thought was okay. I wanted to bring that up. But Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, this game is actually super fun.
Hot takes there. Hot takes you're spitting.
Yeah, super fun. It really is fun. For one thing, it runs at 60 frames per second, which is nuts for a 64 game.
That is insane.
But it's actually a really fun racing game. It really is.
I may have played this like a while ago, but it's been forever. So
no, we played it together.
Yeah, we played it together.
We played 2-player.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And it's ironic they made a game based off the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty much my favorite and only part I always recognize.
But the game is fun. It's a great racing game. 60 frames per second. Again, for 64, that's pretty good.
That's just insane to me.
This was back when, you know, they actually tried with Star Wars games. Because this was also in the era where they had like that one Star Wars game that was really popular for the 64.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember it either.
I don't remember it.
But
it had Boba Fett on the cover, or at least on the Nintendo magazine, and it had like a what if story between episode 5 and 6, or 4 and 5. But anyway,
it'll be remembered when we don't need it.
Good fun.
Yeah,
good fun.
Some good fun. On
the problem is like there's not the problem is like there's not much you can say about a racing game. It's just a racing game. You just turn left.
Yep. Well, sometimes you turn right in this one.
Yeah, and I will say this: they do have like a very variety of stages. Like they had and it does feel like a Star Wars game.
Oh yeah.
I would like to say this. I got a hot take. Jar Jar was a blessing.
You know he's lying.
Dude, yeah, Jar Jar was the worst thing in that movie, but the movie overall was alright.
It was good.
I mean, the thing about with me is like I didn't have any of the hype to be disappointed with, so I just got to watch the movie.
True.
So I had no hype. I was just watching it as what it was, and for what it was alright.
Clone Wars. Like, here's the thing. Like if you watched episode 1, then you got hyped for episode 2, and then you got disappointed by how boring that movie was.
One of the things that they don't really give credit to episode 1 is episode 1 actually had a lot more practical effects than people realize. Yeah. Whereas episode 2, that was when everything was on a soundstage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
So that was a short one, but however, pick this game up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can get it cheap.
Oh man, it's a common 64 title.
Yeah.
One of the best. So, moving on to one of our last topics before we get into the game and a quick plug.
Alright, this I actually do have a lot to talk about.
So, this is kind of going to be the second topic of bigger topic. So, it's South Park, bigger, longer, and
Uncut!
It's a dick joke.
Yeah.
But so about South Park bigger, longer, and uncut. This was actually the tape that got me. Well, not the exact tape, but like this was actually the thing that got me into South Park. Because I remember what it was. Is my brother was in the 5th grade, and him and his friends would watch South Park, and I wanted to watch it. My mom wouldn't let me. My mom was actually very protective of me at the time. But what would happen was I would actually sneak this tape and a bunch of other South Park tapes and watch them in our room secretly. They wouldn't. I wouldn't tell anybody. Actually, no, wait. I think they did know, and some embarrassing stuff happened. But so this is. But then what happened one day was I think it was around like middle school, maybe 7th. Let me see. No, 6th grade. 6th grade. That was when we downloaded this movie and we watched it together. And that was when I started watching South Park religiously, like watching the new episodes, watching the old episodes. Again, too young to watch the show. But I didn't care as a kid. That was when I was starting to watch adult animation.
What, middle school?
Yeah, middle school. So
I think we all started in middle school. Let's just be honest here. I mean, that's a thing you do.
But about the movie itself, I mean, at the time, they thought this was going to be the finale. Because they thought there was no way they were going to get renewed for like a 4th season or something like that. So
they're still going.
Yeah. But they honestly wanted to put everything they ever wanted to do, like, and they had to make sure.
I'm not gonna say that.
And it's actually really funny too, because like if you look back at this movie now,
I'll get back to that in a moment.
They could easily get away with all the stuff in this movie now. Like,
oh, dude, this holds no candle to a lot of stuff from now, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So
this is like
it really does show how times have changed. Like what was considered really edgy and you can't do back then. Now it's just like
everything in the book you couldn't do. If you watch it now,
at the time.
They've done a lot worse on the current, on a lot of current episodes.
Well, I mean, because what it is like they had a big fight with the MPAA because every scene they would go to the MPAA and they'd say, no, you can't do that. They would slap this movie with the NC-17. But then, ironically, what they would do is they would go back, edit the scene, and make it even 10 times worse. And as a big middle finger to the MPAA, and they would always approve it. So that happened every inch of the movie.
Like remember it was like
because the original scene was it was Cartman's mom. This was when they were looking up the internet to start the resistance.
Yeah.
And the original scene was it was Cartman's mom fucking a horse, which was just a simple thing that everybody saw at the time. But MPAA said no, you can't do that. So as a retaliation, they changed it to a German shit video, which honestly is worse. And they made it 3 times longer.
And then that gets approved.
Yeah, and that happened every step of the way. Or like another example was the song was just going to be Motherfucker.
Yeah.
But the MPAA said no, so they changed it to Uncle Fucka. And honestly, they said that was the one time when they were glad the MPAA did it because that made it more funny.
Yeah.
That does make it more
I would
funny.
like to point out something John just said.
What?
I took a shot.
He took a shot?
I will proudly say I took the shot at them.
And
I'm not sorry. Before we go on,
trust
I am
me,
not sorry.
We'll shoot down your shot. We'll catch your bullet and toss it right back at you. Because we are people who are caught up with South Park here. Like he was sitting here, he's like when you said they thought they weren't going to be renewed after this, and I was like they're still going. He's like, should they? I'm like, dude, their new shit is just as funny, if not funnier than half the stuff they did back then. Dude.
It's true.
Well,
some of the stuff they've done,
I haven't even watched,
especially here recently, like the last season.
The last season, dude, was amazing.
I haven't even watched like the last 3 or 4, so I wouldn't know.
Like, dude, trust me, the last season was amazing.
Well,
like, there was this family in like
okay,
what was the last episode, the Whites.
Well, anyway, season 16, I thought was a little lackluster. I still thought it was.
That's
good,
why I kind of fell off the show.
Season 17 was starting to pick up, and season 18 was actually really funny. That was when they were starting to do the continuity thing. Season 19 was amazing. It was one of their best seasons forever.
Yeah.
Season 20, it started off good, but unfortunately,
it kind of fell around the time.
But again, it's because they kind of thought because
they thought that Hillary would win.
Hillary would win.
That one I know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, season 21, they kind of went back to the basics. They didn't have any continuity between episodes, except for one thing. It was with Cartman and Heidi. But that was it.
Well, South Park's always had continuity, but what it was like each season had a continuing story. Like the next episode would continue that story, to where now they went back to each episode having its own kind of story. You know, like they went back to that, and I thought this season was really good. Like, it may not have been as good as the one season you said. What was it?
19.
19, because 19 is a really hard one to beat, because that was really good.
Yeah.
That's when they introduced PC Principal, right?
Yeah, that was
PC Principal is great. I only watched a few things with him.
It was the first episode of season 19 where he's introduced, and the reason why they did that was because they kind of looked at South Park because it's been on for a long time. Like, we're outdated. So they thought it would have been funny if we just got like this college frat dude who's super PC coming into South Park and saying, "You guys are outdated. You're out of touch. What is wrong with you guys?
You need to check your privilege." I love PC. PC Principal's probably the best thing.
You know what? There's one episode. I think this must have been 19 then, because it's the Tweak and Craig episode.
Yeah, that was
legitimately my favorite episode.
At the door, like Tweak and Craig.
Well, it was an homage to the season 3 episode Tweak versus Craig.
Yeah.
But instead of versus, it's Tweak X Craig.
Yeah, and like all that fan art.
That was actually a
real fan art, right?
Yeah, like it wasn't really a contest. They just asked the fans, "Hey, draw gay fan art of Tweak and Craig in an anime style."
And then the people said, "Well, shit, we're already doing that already."
Yeah, and so they said, like, "Well, we'll feature it on the show," and that's how they got those images.
That's great.
That is the one episode I've seen ever since season 16.
But this currency, the last past season, I thought it was a really solid season.
Yeah.
Do you think I should get back into it? I mean,
definitely, dude.
Yeah.
It actually gets better after 16?
It gets a lot better after 16.
Oh, okay.
Like around 16 and 17, it kind of spins its tracks, right? Like,
yeah.
But 18 hits, starts to pick up a bit, right?
Well, with 18, that was when they were starting to do like the continuity stuff. It wasn't like a overarching story, but like each episode's kind of
18 was like all right, but it was like
no. I actually really liked 18 because that was the one they had the PewDiePie episode.
That's right. Yeah, the PewDiePie episode was in 18.
And there was also one other.
There's that one I
remember.
Wasn't it the same season with the?
I've watched
Washington Redskins. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fund yourself. And then there was the gluten-free Ebola. Yeah. Oh, that one had cock magic.
Yeah, cock magic was hilarious.
Where Kenny was getting really into Magic the Gathering, and then they were actually training chickens to be. And then Randy thinks of it literally cock magic.
Yeah,
magic with his penis.
Like, sure, cock magic is coming back.
I don't know why or how, but it's back.
But it's back. And again, like this current season, there was this family, and I believe the final episode called the Whites. And every time they said something, it's like everyone just comes in, and no one asked how the Whites felt about it.
Yeah, nobody cares about the Whites.
Nobody cares about the Whites anymore.
All right, I think that's enough.
But that is a solid movie. Great movie.
If you guys have never watched this is pretty much my favorite piece of South Park ever.
Yeah, it has
German Shiza videos and Satan singing a Disney princess song.
Yeah, and it's actually funny. Chris Rock, one of the most famous comedians, he says in terms of laughs, South Park Bigger and Longer and Uncut is the funniest movie he's ever seen because he says he has still not laughed as hard as he did in that theater when he first watched it.
Wow.
He said throughout the entire movie he was just laughing and he never stopped.
I get to see Chris.
Yeah.
Have they ever poked at Chris Rock yet?
No. What's there to poke?
He's too likable.
Yeah.
That's fair.
He doesn't really do anything controversial or anything.
What has he done? Maybe a few shitty movies here and there.
But that's not really something that South Park
about. So
yeah, that's not enough for South Park to do anything about.
Because who hasn't done a few shitty movies here and there?
I mean, there's time to do something cool, and there's time to just get a paycheck.
Even though they're amazing, Basketball was a shitty movie, but then again,
Basketball was a sweet movie.
Basketball was a sweet
hold on.
movie.
Let me finish the thought.
Me
and though it is a great movie, Basketball is arguably shitty.
I think there's only 3 people in this entire world who think Basketball is actually a good movie. Like, it's not even a guilty pleasure. It's just a good movie. That's me, Jordan, and Bill Hader.
Yeah, Bill Hader's a big
don't get me wrong. I like Basketball. It's just...
But no, we don't even acknowledge it as a shitty movie.
We love it.
We just legitimately love it.
Like every time we pop it in on the DVD player, we're just dying laughing.
Yeah, like there was that one scene.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Hey Darcy.
Hey Darcy.
That's not.
Hey Darcy.
Is that my wife?
Yeah, and this is me.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, direction-wise. Like,
Also, remember that porn
the director,
Yeah. It's like,
the...
dude, who are you in a hot tub with? Who's it look like? Well, it looks like Victoria Stilson, Playmate of the Year. Dude, it's fucking Victoria Stilson, Playmate of the Year.
Oh, yeah? Will you go with your fancy parties?
It's Celebrity Friends, Victoria Stilson, Playmate of the Year. Like, me and Josh can quote that movie forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, moving on to the game.
So, before we get into today's challenge of the week, challenge of the month, I do want to plug that there is a short documentary coming out for me. Now, this is the first, one I've done, so this is going to be a 20-minute
This is the thing that makes me jealous of death metal. Look at this album cover.
Anyways, there is going to be a 20-minute documentary about kind of how I got into Pokemon and pretty much all my history with it. And I actually go back to my childhood Fire Red save to explore a bit. If you guys want to check that out, it will be coming out here on the website. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast. But, are you boys ready for the game of the week?
Are we going to get, jizzed on? Am I going to have to jizz on Jordan, or is Jordan going to have to style my hair again?
Neither of which I don't want to happen.
Oh, boy.
I had to wash that on my hair for 3 weeks. Not really.
Oh, boy.
And you just looked ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true.
I was pulling silly string out of my ass for 3 days. Oh, no.
So, we are going to be playing a quick... I'm going to be the judge for this game. And the first to 5 points wins on Crazy and Horrible Rabbit.
Oh, shit.
This is a Cards Against Humanity knockoff game. I do have to warn you guys.
You're easily triggered.
Please leave right this second.
Get the fuck out.
So, with that all being said, this is Crazy and Horrible Rabbit, which is probably the most explicit thing I have done here on this podcast so far.
It's funny because it's got
Buster.
No, that's Bugs Bunny from Baby Looney Tunes.
Actually, wait, yeah, that is Baby Looney Tunes Bugs.
That's Baby Bugs from Baby. That's Bugs from Baby Looney
yeah,
Tunes.
okay.
Ha! I got something cartoon over you.
And it's funny too, because
I love Baby Looney Tunes.
Mainly because
Baby Looney Tunes was actually good, unironically to me.
I barely watched it, to be honest.
I watched a bit of it. Sam Vincent voiced of Bugs.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
All right.
I just remember the theme song because there was this point in time where Cartoon Network would always play. It's like, hey there, everybody, it's a beautiful day to play the Baby Looney Tunes 3. I think that's how it goes.
Actually, you got it right, sickeningly. All right. Well, are you guys ready?
What are our hands? 5 or?
It will be a 7-card hand.
All right. Would you like me to deal the cards?
And it's
Deal them out.
So what it is, we're just trying to make you laugh.
Basically,
5,
you are trying
6,
to win against
7.
your opponent. First to 5 wins. Now, I will be pre-selecting these, so...
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Let it go, let it go. Blank never bothered me anyway. Let's see what you got with this one. Oh boy, I'm really weirded out by the idea of this being a
I'm just
thing.
gonna go with this one.
Oh.
Alright, John.
Alright, so, let it go, let it go. The muffled cries of an Asian baby girl never bothered me anyway.
Oh, that's dark.
Well then. Oh!
These are some long ones!
Okay, let me get my singing voice ready for this one. Let it go, Crushing your enemies, seeing them driven before you, and hearing the lamentations of their women never bothered me anyways.
This is true!
That's the first of 7.
I am going to give this to whoever did this one.
Woo!
So crushing your enemies, you get the black card.
How many points do I have to get to win?
So you have to get 5 cards to win.
Since it's only like 5, we'll just do a discard pile here, and then if it gets too low, but you shouldn't with this game.
All right.
Yeah, really. That's why I limited it to 5. Now, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Okay, that flew way too far, but that's what the question is. Oh boy, I would like to remind everybody this is very messed up. So please,
All right, John.
Please remember that.
Oh wow.
What would you do for Klondike bar? Going potty. I don't know why that got me so bad.
Cause if you've not seen our previous road to Kingdom Hearts 3,
It's so awful that I've got
we
that.
laughed for an entire hour over a joke of Aladdin pooping his pants. For us, pooping is funny.
All right.
And doggy style with a real dog.
Oh god,
I'm just going to give this point to whoever did that, just because I don't want them to kill
that was him.
Okay then.
I was going. How did you not guess that the shit joke was from me?
I mean, I kind of, dude. We all joked about Aladdin shitting his pants, so I don't think I can predict who does that.
Here's the thing. There's this one. If I don't get to use it, I want to show you guys because this card. Oh my god, this card!
I actually have a bad hand. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh boy,
I bricked.
You buster bladed.
this is where my last I knew I was down 1 on my custom. There it is.
Being blank for a day is difficult.
But that's not the question. Turn down for what?
Turn down for what?
What in the butt? I said what in the butt. You good?
Well, wait till you see what you have to turn down for me.
All right, John.
All right. Let's see if I turn down for you. Turn down for what? Mortal Kombat.
That one's pretty good.
That's not bad. Turn down for what? Shub-Niggurath, the black goat of the thousand
Of the woods with the 1,000 young.
I guess
Whoever
that
did
one?
that wins.
What, some nigger?
Good lord.
That was me. Some nigger.
I just wanted to get rid of Mortal
Look,
Kombat.
that was the one I was laughing at, by the way. Some nigger, the black goat of the woods with 1,000 young.
All right, give it to me.
Kaiba.
All right, let's do this.
Could a brother get blank up in this bitch?
Oh. Wait.
So let's see what we can get blank up in this.
Wait.
His hand didn't go off, so. All right.
Good?
Yep.
All right. Could a brother get sugar and get sugar, spice, and everything nice up in this bitch?
These were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect.
Could a brother get a scientific method up in this? I can't do it. Whoever did this wins.
That was me.
Oh, not the scientific method.
God.
Can you imagine that?
I actually like yours better, the scientific method.
Like, get a brother, get a little scientific method up in here.
Oh, this is a close game.
I know.
Dang.
All right.
Okay, what really brings out the child in me? Find out today.
Oh, come on!
This would have been perfect.
I know, me too. Oh, we're done.
We're done.
Okay. Oh. What really brings out the child in me? Poking it with the stick. Poking it with the stick. I don't know why that made me laugh. What really brings out the child in me? You win. The wet spot.
The wet spot.
That's me. I'm the wet spot.
That's amazing. The wet spot.
Right.
That's simple.
Oh man. Hello.
I had another one for that one too.
What?
No, I'll tell you. I'll show you my cards when this is over.
Yeah.
Blank Spice was one of the lesser-known Spice Girls. Have fun.
Why not? This actually makes this is so random.
I like mine. I feel confident about.
Mine's random.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to read this one out loud. It just wins.
Stank dick spice. That was me.
Well, mine was,
Yours was a bag of doorknob spice.
Yeah.
bag of doorknobs I thought was interesting to me.
It was funny, but it's just...
Although, stank dick spice.
Dude, that obviously...
The problem is I could see that.
What,
Stank
stank dick? Spice?
Oh my god, that's greatness.
Yeah.
That's just greatness. Now this one's going to be hard to work with. Blank. Wake up, sheeple.
Blank. Wake up, sheeple. I could use this one.
I like this one. I'm feeling this one.
Do you both
This
have
is
your
like
cards?
no. I'm really thinking.
I was between two,
Why not?
but I was digging this one I put.
All right, we're
Blank. Wake up, sheeple. Spelunking. Wait up, sheeple. The poop hole loophole. Wake up, sheeple. Okay, poop hole loophole wins.
Yeah, that's him. Although you got me, that is pretty funny. Spelunking. Wake up, people. Wake up, sheeple.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Those were both pretty good.
next round. I either win or we tie.
Yeah.
Why so salty?
Why so salty? This is too real. Alright.
Oh, this would have been great.
Why so salty? Tender.
Trademarked.
Trademark.
Trademarked.
Alright.
And why so salty? Me Lucky Charms!
I like that one.
It's up to him.
Me Lucky Charms.
That one's me, so.
Alright, we're tied.
That's
Last
the
round.
tiebreaker. May the best man win, my friend. Yeah.
With
Man,
my
this
cards,
got
I'm not.
freaking heated.
Well, I will say
Look.
this: I do have a trump card, if you will,
Yes.
a literal trump card.
It's about Donald Trump.
Nope.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make you think that.
Oh, wow.
When I was young, the only thing that kept me off the streets was what?
All right.
They're both laughing like maniacs.
Oh, I'm not the one I drew. But I'm pretty confident.
When I was young, the only thing that kept me off the street was the difference between good touch and bad touch.
I feel like that was the Trump one.
And when I was young, the only thing that kept me off the streets was quietly ovulating. Whoever put quietly ovulating. It's too funny to me for some reason.
Oh my god, I won!
I had
my
a
God.
bag of pickled socks,
Wait, hold on.
Area 69, a bucket of dicks, an Amber Alert. I wanted to use that one for the kids.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh.
what made me remind me of that childhood.
And the Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. A tablespoon of
You know
thick
what?
custardy puss.
I'm gonna be serious. An Amber Alert kept me off the streets would have got me.
Only traveling by rickshaw and Shire Law.
Alright. This was the last one I drew. A whole baby.
Oh, baby.
The Yellow Dick Road. A turbo incubator complete with
Famulated.
femulated
Amulite. surmounted by
Right.
malleable
Okay.
logarithmic casing.
Alright,
I was able to read it and understand. I just can't freaking say it for the life of me.
a pattern of defensive wounds. Allahu Akbar! A meat tornado. Crotch fruit.
Crotch fruit. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. If you have, make sure to hit that like button down below. I'm just kidding, this ain't YouTube. Actually, it is YouTube. But if you're listening to this like 95% of the people do on my audio side, thank you so much for tuning in. Like always, you guys are all so beautiful. Thank you so much. The website's ratings stay high thanks to you, and that's about it. Well, exiting stage right.
ASMR. Till you guys leave.
Actually, it's stage left, but it's to my right.